Hi there, I'm Scott Lowe with Actual Tech Media. I'm here today with Jason Bedreau, who is the Senior Product Marketing Manager for NetBrain. Jason, thank you for having us today.
Thank you, Scott.
So the network, it's sort of the lifeblood of the organization. What strategic role is the network playing in the modern organization?
Yeah, I think you said it, the lifeblood of the organization. 20 years ago, it was really just seen as sort of the backbone of the network IT infrastructure. It was there, but it wasn't really something that the business hinged upon. Today, the network really is the lifeblood of the business. It's what connects colleagues, it's what connects them to customers, to prospects, and really what generates revenue for a company, what helps them interact and interoperate together effectively. So it has fundamentally shifted the way organizations operate and once and forever changed the way efficiency happens within an organization.
What are some of the challenges organizations are facing today when it comes to the modern network?
Well, organizations, especially larger enterprises, have very complex networks, and that means they span hundreds or even thousands of networking devices in order to flow traffic across the network in order to meet service demands. In order to meet the changing demands of the business, those networks are changing constantly to provision new services. That means that they are incredibly difficult to visualize and to understand, even by the people who manage them. So it really comes in two challenges. One is visibility into the network, not just talking about the network's topology, but the underlying design and the intent of the configuration of the network. Visibility in terms of the network's performance. How is it performing? Is it delivering the services that the business requires? And even sometimes the history of the network. If there is a problem or a security event, everybody always asks, well, what changed? And so visibility into what changed in the network is really, really challenging today.
Now, I would imagine as organizations adopt cloud services and things like that, it just continually, exponentially makes the network more challenging to deal with.
It makes it more and more important, and it makes it more challenging. And especially we're seeing a migration from the public cloud back into the private cloud today because of security concerns. And so when organizations take in that cloud infrastructure, that means there is immense ownership of the network infrastructure on the IT team. And that means the network is increasing in complexity exponentially.
So beyond that, how is network technology changing overall in ways that people really have to be able to adapt to?
So yeah, I think it's an interesting time in networking. It's really truly a once-in-a-lifetime transformation. Technologies like software-defined networking, network function virtualization, and a lot of others as well are really fundamentally changing the way people look at networks. And the challenge there is really the challenge of adapting to a new set of skills. So network teams today are not very well equipped to manage and program networks. They understand the network devices and the infrastructure, but they are not programmers. But today, automation has become mission critical for enterprise network management.
And how is NetBrain helping people with all of these challenges?
We have a technology, we call it adaptive network automation, and fundamentally at the core is what we call a dynamic network map. It helps teams visualize the network infrastructure, the design I talked about, the performance as well, even understanding changes. And that provides, that dynamic network map provides the looking glass to the network. What that means is that network engineers can use that as a plane to operate off of, to automate network functions. For example, they can automate a security diagnosis, they can automate a troubleshooting diagnosis, they can understand what's happening on their networks in real time, and they can even trigger events from their other third-party network management systems to help them do that.
Very cool. Jason, thank you for having us here today.
Thanks again, Scott.